So they held me at gunpoint and they hit me several times with their shotgun. Um, they jumped into the vehicle that I was driving that was loaded with actual drugs inside of it, and it was a high-speed chase. And in the meanwhile, I was bagged with, I think it was a black pillowcase with a shotgun to my head, and I couldn't find a way out of it. I really started to.
Nick, you're gonna die.
I thought that I was going to die, and so I quickly remembered that I had a relationship with God at one point, and I called out to Him, and I said, God, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm going to die today. And I could hear I was able to slightly see through the pillowcase, and I could see the person who's holding the shotgun to my head. His finger was on the trigger, and that means that I'm just a millimeter away from it going off, and the vehicle's in motion, so just a bump could trigger that shotgun to go off. So I had really faced my reality that I was going to die here. All the people inside of the vehicle began to panic, and they started to look out the windows, and I took that time to jump out of the window, out of the moving vehicle. And, I was slightly hurt, scraped up and such, but I was able to get out of that situation. And the high-speed chase turned into a big wreck. The van that the suspects were driving full of drugs went over the side of an embankment, and there was drugs all over the city, and they got them. But at the end of that, my supervisor came and talked to me a little bit and said, "How do you feel? How you doing?" I said, "I'm great. I'm fine. And, my adrenaline's pumping, but I'm good. I'm used to this type of activity, and I'm okay." Being that we arrested those persons that were suspects, we quickly interrogated them, and they let us know the next part to it, the ones that had actually hired them to rip us off. So they were really just like a mob squad. They were really just the crew that was supposed to rip us off. And I wanted back in the game immediately, and that is kind of surprising now as I think about it. But here I am, 1 millimeter away from death, and rather than going to safety, my boss said, "You don't have to go out there. You just went through this." And I was cut up, and I had road rash everywhere. And I said, "No, I want to get back in this game. Don't take me out. I want to jump back in." And so I'm like, "Please don't take me out. I'm the undercover here. They still believe that I'm good. Send me in that house with the real guys that formulated this plan, and let me talk to them. That way we can get them as well." So that ended. At the next day, I came into the office, and they said, we're gonna send you to see the psychologist, and so you could talk to them. And he kind of gave me like a wink, as in, "But you know what that means, right?" As if whatever you disclose, however you're feeling, that's going to determine what is going to happen with you. And so I quickly learned that I needed to keep my mouth shut. And so I went and I talked to the psychologist, and I said, "Oh, I'm fine. I've processed this information. Everything's okay. I'm good. I don't feel I'm in any danger, and I feel like I could still perform my duties according to what I'm supposed to." How I'm supposed to perform. And so I went on about my